Picture an island far away, under a full fat moon. A moonlit island full of trees, with leaves 100 shades of green and blue and orange. Yes, it's that kind of place. Now picture huge flowers with petals the size and color of which have never been seen by anyone tame. Now think of the wild things that live on the island, and imagine their dream of a king, the king of all wild things. Are you ready? Can you do that? The king's gold crown and his scepter await him. And now let the wild rumpus start!
Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak. Dramatized for radio by Peter Wolf, with Paul Rees as the Hooved Thing and Alex Slater as Max.
This is my road. So tame, it's always the same. Through night and day, and in and out of weeks for almost over a year. Same gate that I'm in and out of. Same path. Same door. Same house, same house. Gloves off, scarf off, cap off. Missed the hat stand, cap on the floor. Hooray! Mama sings when she's cooking. Same song, ding dong. Will she hear me creep past the kitchen and upstairs to my bedroom, where I can change into?
Max, is that you, love?
Oh, I'm shot. She got me. Oh.
How was school today? Do you have homework? Did you keep out of mischief for once? Come and stir the supper while I feed the dog. Ooh, Pudgy.
Same mother, same pudgy little pet dog. Same supper. Cabbage soup?
Huh? Something wrong with it, love?
Nothing.
Tomatoes and the tiniest onions mixed up with the sour cabbage. I made it because I thought it was your favourite.
It is, but well, it's a bit tame, isn't it? No meat, not wild at all.
Supper isn't meant to be wild, is it, Pudgy? Is it?
But supper could be wild.
However do you mean, Max?
Well, if, for example, instead of supper, I were, for example, to eat you, Mother. Like, eat you up so there's nothing left. That'd be wild, wouldn't it? For example, Mother.
Oh, the crazy things my son comes out with. Pudgy, what are we going to do with him?
I'll go upstairs and get changed.
Don't be long. Papa will be home. We'll be eating soon. And I do mean eating supper, Max. Not each other. You crazy thing.
Same staircase, same carpet, same stairs.
Picture an island far from carpets and stairs. Picture the wild things that live there. Think of the mischief they get up to. Can you do that? Imagine them free as they like to roar as loud as they please and eat whatever they choose and sleep. Yes. Heavy heads propped against trees, or nodding up and down on their hairy, scaly chests. The wild things sleep through night and day, and in and out of weeks, for almost over a year. Oh, Where is the jump and bump and rumpus when wild things spring at the full fat moon, roaring, "Eat, eat, I want, I want"? Who in the world all round can wake the wild things and return them to their rightful wildness?
M-A-X. Max? Who's Max? Not me. Tonight in my bedroom, I'm going to be different. Not the same. Not tame at all. Shoes off. Socks off. Shirt off. Trousers.
Max?
Not me. Not tonight. Tonight I'm getting changed. Tonight I'm changing into someone else. Something wild.
Max, love, why the racket? Whatever are you doing up there?
Boom! He slams the door on his mother. Now, I know little of mothers beyond what I've heard in stories, but from what I hear, a slammed door is the one thing mothers hate most of all.
Trousers off.
Leaving his clothes in a heap on the floor, which is bound to cause trouble later, the boy gets off his bed and pulls out from under it. Magnificent. He's putting it on. I'll say no more.
One white coat done with 4 white buttons. 2 white legs and arms. On each hand 4 claws. Ha! And each foot. My head in a hood with 8 black whiskers and 2 white ears, sharp and pointed, and trailing behind me a black fur tail. So tonight I'm a boy no more, but a wolf boy, going downstairs to make mischief of one kind and another.
Max, it's nearly time.
And what's a boy need most to become a wolf boy, as well as claws, tail, coat?
Love, it's supper time. Do you hear
A
me?
wolf boy needs a howl. Oh! No, louder. Oh! No, deeper. Oh! No, wilder. Ow, ow, ow! A wolf boy needs a howl.
What's that?
Just a fang thing, practicing his roar.
He might have lost himself somewhere among the pink and purple trees.
Who cares?
If it was the fang thing, he sounded very far away.
If you must know, the fang thing has a favourite patch of orange grass on the other side of the island. He found it the other night when we were down by the ocean, trying to be wild together.
Ugly roar for a practice roar. Didn't sound at all like the fang thing.
What do you mean?
In case it escaped your notice, Feather Thing, the fang thing happens to have a mouthful of fangs. Usually when he's trying to roar, it sounds nothing like...
Why can't you two stop talking and go back to sleep?
Sorry, Horn Thing. The Scales Thing is hearing things again. I told him it was the Fang Thing practicing his roar.
Wasn't a roar!
What wasn't a roar?
That noise!
You heard it too. A mysterious roar from somewhere far away.
Only it wasn't a roar, was it?
There we go again.
Wherever it came from, that noise was a yap, a yelp, a bark, a howl at most.
Enough!
That noise was not a roar. This is a roar. There.
What? Well, I guess the noise you made was a roar, just about. But it hardly made my hair stand on end, did it? Or my tail. Perhaps we're never going to be good at anything without a king to lead us and rule us and show us what to do.
The scale thing is right, Horned Thing. A king would show us how to roar terrible, instead of just being large and ugly. We'd be feared.
I don't know about you two, but I reckon I'm quite scary enough as I am, thank you.
Really? If you call having 3 horns, 2 boggling yellow eyes, and a mane of hair scary, good luck to you. Hey!
Horned, fanged, scaled or feathered, with a king to show us what to do, we'd be feared and respected. I just imagine the mischief we'd make. Wouldn't it be wild?
Watch out! Here I am, Max the Wolf Boy. Around the house I creep, making mischief of one kind and another. Watch me knot together some handkerchiefs to make a rope. Drop some of Mama's favourite books onto the floor to stand on. Bash a nail into the staircase wall. Bang, bang, bang. Tie the rope with the handkerchiefs to the nail. Hang it from a coat hanger. Hang from the coat hanger a string noose. Hang from the noose a tame old teddy bear Mama bought me when I was a baby. Bad. Now die. Goodbye. Next, watch me draw a picture of some kind of wild thing straight from my imagination. With terrible eyes and horns and fangs, large and ugly. Sign the picture by Max, so everyone knows the artist. With 2 thumbtacks, stick it on the wall by the stairs to scare Mother's tame old dog. Shh! Stay still. He's coming. Hooray!
Now he chases Pudgy downstairs with a fork.
Here I am. I got you. Eat. Eat.
I've heard of mischief before. As a teller of stories, you could say I'm a connoisseur of mischief. But this boy, tonight, in his wolf suit, is the most... Watch out, Max.
What's going on here?
Mother.
You're so bad.
See what happens when I get mad? See what happens when you don't listen?
When Papa comes home, he'll spank you.
The wild wolf place is mine.
Wild thing.
I'll eat you up.
Eat me up. That's it. You'll eat nobody. You're going upstairs to bed without eating anything.
Oh, humbled. When as a seeker of kings I had such hopes for him. Tonight, me and Max have learned a hard lesson. There's nothing in all the world as wild as an angry mother. Is there?
Everybody hop for the Horned Thing dance. Everybody strut for the Horned Thing dance. Moon is high, so take your chance and do-si-do your partner. Round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. You scare things, go round the inside, and don't see do your partner. Outside, round the outside. Don't see do your partner's hair. Roll your eyes and shake your hair. Bare your teeth and block your jaws and promenade the island. Promenade. Promenade the island, one and all. Swing from trees and try not to fall. You swing from trees, try and not to fall. Feather thing. That's my favorite tree you have uprooted. Can't we even dance properly anymore?
My feet are too big.
My feet are webbed. I keep tripping over my ridiculous tail.
We need a teacher.
A leader.
Excuse me, I was leading the dance.
Oh, you're not good enough, Horned Thing. None of us are. You know what we need, don't you?
A king! A king!
But if we need a king, how do we get one? Where do we find him?
stuck as we are on an island in an ocean full of waves and wet things.
Where to find a king? Wild things do have the habit of asking the most obvious questions. Where to find a king? I'm coming to that. Let us return to Max, the wolf boy, sent to bed without supper, this being the fate of anyone who dare make their mother angry.
Same staircase, same stair.
The nail has been pulled out from the staircase wall, the wall mended. The handkerchiefs have been unknotted, the teddy bear rescued from being hung. The picture of the wild thing, signed by Max, has been taken down and thrown on the fire. And Mother's dog, Pudgy, is snug in the night kitchen on Mother's lap. In fact, all traces of Max's mischief have now been removed. Except, of course, for... Do you remember what it is? That's right. His wolf suit.
Same bedroom, same bed, same window, same shutters flung wide open.
And outside, Max. I know you can't hear me because I'm telling your story, but look outside. Picture the view. Imagine.
Something new.
Oh, yes.
Something's changed. It's not the same.
Yes?
Something different. In the sky.
As white as the white of your wolf suit?
The moon.
Yes. And what do wolf boys do by the light of the moon?
I see myself.
And who are you, Max? Are you the same tame boy Mother shouted at and withheld supper?
Ears, tail, whiskers, claws?
Yes, Max. Believe.
But they're not real.
Oh, try. Go on.
Just a costume.
No, don't end the story now. Take it on. Turn the page. Let it happen. What do wolves do by the light of the moon?
Ow, ow, ow!
Hear it?
What a howl!
That was no howl. That was a roar.
The loudest I ever
The
heard.
roar of a king.
It may be.
It might be.
It must be.
He's right. Only a king could roar
But if
like
that's
that.
the king, he must be large,
ugly.
with teeth, thousands of terrible teeth.
Didn't I hope? Didn't I say? He's come to lead us, teach us to be wilder.
To be feared.
Dance till dawn without pulling out a single tree.
We must find him.
Where is he?
Search the island. Come on.
Oh! Wherever he isn't here. No. That roar came from somewhere beyond our island, across the ocean. There's only one thing for it.
Learn to swim?
Fanged thing. We're too heavy even to paddle without half drowning.
He's right. And even if we could swim, the wet thing would eat us up before we reached our king.
My ugly friends, if we want the owner of that roar to come and rule over us, we'll just have to do what we do best. We'll go to sleep and dream him here.
Oh, yes. That should do it.
Something's happening. Something new. My bedroom's changing.
Hiding in his darkest cave, the wolf creeps, the wolf bites, the wolf watches.
The rug on the floor's thicker. It's hairier.
Feel it, Max. Touch the floor.
Grass. Whoa! Shoots and roots. Stumps bursting from the bedposts. The bedroom's full of trees.
A moonlit bedroom full of trees.
The forest grows
And grows.
and grows. The ceiling's hung with vines. The bedroom fades away. And the walls become the world all around. like when my bedroom were on the edge of an ocean tumbling by. Through surf and swell I see a mast, a flag, 2 yellow sails and rigging, and a red hull with a word on it. M-A-X. My private boat, the good ship Max. The ocean wants me to climb aboard and be launched. Out to sea without even wetting my whiskers. Goodbye, tame house. Hooray!
Pudgy, stop the fuss and eat what's in your bowl, unless you also want an early kennel. Max is quiet as a mouse now. I told him off good, didn't I? If I know my son, he's tucked up tight in bed having an early night. When Papa gets home, I might decide to forgive Max's mischief and take him supper after all. Won't that be a surprise?
If only Max's mama or her Pudgy dog could hear me, I'd tell her Max has gone from being inside over here to outside over there, beyond the reach of mothers and the smells of supper. But I can't, so I won't. I'll just steal one sip of her cabbage soup for the journey. Ooh.
And so, I float through night and day, and in and out of weeks, adrift on a boat, which is named after me, but seems unsure of where to take me.
The wolf must hide and slide in sight of night.
Perhaps, if I imagine a rock or an island, the ocean will hear my thoughts and wash me ashore.
To wait for the sailing, staring moon.
And stalk as still as shadow till she forgets and sinks.
Then pounce and claw and catch her quick.
Now what would be my perfect wolf place? I suppose it looked like my bedroom. That time very far away and long ago, when it changed into a forest and the ocean took me. Yes, like that, only wilder.
Picture it, Max. 2 stumps of trees, a patch of grass rising up from beneath the foam and waves.
Land ahoy!
It grows and grows.
My boat is sucked towards it.
Careful, Max.
The weirdest island.
It might be a test. It could be a trap.
I'm about to land.
Those trees are horns. The grass is hair. Below it rises a jaw full of fangs.
Who dares approach me? A furry thing? In a boat?
I'm not a furry thing. Just a boy. Wearing, disguised in a wolf, a fursuit.
Furry thing, boy thing, what's the difference?
I thought you were an island.
I think you're a snack. I wonder, should I eat him up head or tail first?
Eat? Please, I'd rather be shown the way to where I'm going, thank you.
Please? Thank you? Nothing I was about to eat was ever polite before. Me, they yell and holler. Such a selfish racket, I find myself gobbling them whole just to shush them up, which gives me the most awful wind.
How unpleasant.
You're too kind, which puts me in a fix. After all, I am the wet thing. Feared the whole world around. I can't be letting things go. Particularly small furry things called boys pretending to be things called wolves. It's a matter of reputation.
I understand.
I knew you would. That's what makes this even harder. Oh, let's get on with it. If you tuck in your whiskers and point your claws downward, it'll all be all over before you...
A moment. What if you let me go, and I promise not to tell anyone?
You do that?
I could try.
Thank you.
Not at all. It's a pleasure.
And by the way, there's an island just to the left over the horizon. It may be the one you want. Need a push? A flick of my tail should do it.
The wet thing's right. On the crest of a wave, the good ship Max tumbles towards its destination. And so do I, the teller of stories and seeker of kings. My journey nearly over, as the wolf boy in his boat is washed ashore. Max is here at last, on the island where the wild things are.
Max, love, from the look of your clothes in a heap on the floor, I expect you're asleep under your quilt like a good boy. And because Mama forgives you, as she always forgives you, for being so crazy earlier, she's gone and decided to bring you your... Why bark, Pudgy? Nothing to get excited about. Here, love. 1 glass of milk, 1 piece of cake, and 1 bowl of your favourite cabbage soup. Supper's ready. Come on, Pudgy. Kennel for you, noisy dog. Say goodnight.
Back on dry land, the wolf creeps. The wolf watches. Down in the grass lie a horned thing, a scaled thing, a feathered thing, a fanged thing, and many more so large and ugly. There's even a thing here with a bull's head and human feet, all covered in blue hair. Why are they asleep? Have they been like this through night and day, and in and out of weeks, for almost over a year? It's as if they've been waiting for...
What's that?
Scaled thing! Will you ever stop waking me?
Why can't you two stop talking and go back to... He's here. Him! It worked! We dreamed him and he came. He came true. In him, our dream comes true. A king, of course. The king.
Where?
Behind that purple bush, see him? Oh, he is mighty.
Mighty small.
He's got claws, hasn't he? A tail.
And mighty soft.
No scales or hair, just fluff.
well, it's fur, actually.
He speaks. So, ask him, since when was a small furry thing a king?
Ah, and if he's a king,
Why does he tremble? And why won't he look us in the eye?
I won't look you in the eye because you're far too scary and I haven't got used to you yet. What I can do in the meanwhile is introduce myself. I'm Max, the wolf boy, from a bedroom very far away. I'm so pleased to meet you, and I'm sure in time we'll get along just fine.
If you are a king, why are you being so polite?
It worked with the wet thing. You don't believe me?
the wet thing wouldn't spare a small furry thing for being polite. It's a matter of reputation. She'd never live it down.
If you're the king, where's your roar?
Right. The mysterious roar we heard the world around and made us dream of a Max to show us how to be wilder.
You want me to roar?
Oh, this is pointless. Let's just eat him up and be done.
Good idea!
They roar their terrible roars and gnash their terrible teeth and roll their terrible eyes and show their terrible claws. I'd better roll back quick. Ow! No, I must go louder. Ow! Yeah, no, I sound like Pudgy. I must be deeper, fiercer, wilder. Ow! Oh, too late. They can't even hear me. They're opening their terrible jaws to eat me up. Wait, please! Wild things, be still! I did it. I made my monsters harmless. Now, before they recover, I must raise my claws and pull a solemn face and tame them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. It works. They're frightened of me. They look away and they part. And walking between them with a scepter and crown is a small white furry goat.
Shh! In front of the wild things, I'd rather you called me the hooved thing. In all these years, they haven't yet noticed how small and tasty I am.
Oh, of course, if it'll save you from being eaten up.
Believe me, it'll save both of us, Majesty.
Majesty?
Shh! No more whispering. Wild things, the dream you dreamed, the story I told, came true. Whoa. Majesty, in the name of every wild thing who bows before thee, I, hooved thing, teller of stories and seeker of kings, hereby declare thee to be an honorary wild thing. Max, thou hast braved every challenge and passed every test. Now thou art arrived in splendor to thine island kingdom.
King?
Art thou ready to be so honored? Say I am.
Oh, I am.
Take the scepter from the cushion. Now hold it in your claws.
All right. I do.
Now bow your head. Herald! Max, the wolf boy, I hereby crown thee King of all wild things.
King of all wild things! Sweet dreams, you! King of all wild things!
We fear you.
King of all wild things! We bow before you. Pray, what is your first command, O Majesty?
Well, go on. Try.
Lead us. Rule us.
Make us respected. The world all around.
Well, be your king. Think of something.
About the only thing I could lead them in is a dance.
That's it, Majesty! Just what we need!
Very well. And now, let the wild rumpus start! The king of wild things says, dance like this!
Dance like this! Dance like this! Dance like this!
Dance like this!
Ah, magnificent. His newly crowned majesty and the assembled wild things jump and bump and rumpus up the night, hurtling around the island.
The king of wild things says, leap at the moon!
Leap at the moon! Leap at the moon! Leap at the moon!
The moon, for its part, joins in the spirit of celebration by spinning and darting around the sky, and then to sink and fall with the stars behind the trees.
The king of wild things says, swing from trees!
Swing from trees! Swing from trees!
Swing from trees!
As darkness gives way to the first glow of dawn,
The king of all wild things says, now stop! And not to bed without any supper.
was that a wise order?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Majesty, to hear is to obey.
Heads propped against trees or nodding up and down on their chests, the wild things sleep again, at the command of their wolf boy king. And so, at last, may I...
Sun's rising over the island, turning the orange sky blue right across my kingdom. Crown on head, sceptre in hand, I sit in my regal tent with a three-legged stool for a throne, king of everything I see. But when I close my eyes, for some reason, all I can see is my bedroom.
Your Majesty?
Who's that?
Only me, the scaled thing.
Why can't you stop talking and go back to sleep?
I tried and tried to obey your command, sire, but I'm too excited.
Quiet down there. Come inside my tent.
Oh, thank you.
Scale thing, I'm not used to being king. I really need time to think. How do I make you sleep so I can do that?
You could tell me a story. That's what the hooved thing does.
Of course. That's what mothers do.
Forgive me, sire. What's a mother?
Oh, they live in houses and rule over them.
Oh?
Yes, with pudgy little pet dogs.
Oh.
If you're good, they cook you supper.
And you met one of these mother things?
Met one? I've got one.
Where? Where? In your boat? In this tent?
No, back home. She's very far away.
Your home's here now, Majesty, with your wild subject forever.
The scale thing's nodded off already, and I've hardly begun even telling him about my home.
Your Majesty, if I may, perhaps what's most important about every story that's ever been told is who tells it.
Yeah, hello, hoof thing.
Majesty, awake and refreshed on this day, I kneel before you. Oh, last night was a rumpus to be proud of. In all my years on the island, I've never...
Never mind that.
What?
Do you smell something?
Yes, Majesty, I smell your furs, the fur of a great king,
Stop
the fur of
telling me stories and tell me the truth.
Yes, there is something. It's perhaps the terrible breath of the fanged thing. Shall I get
No,
rid of...
beyond that, I smell all around. From far away across the world. It smells like good things to eat. It smells like supper.
Oh, dear.
Hoof thing, I'm lonely.
Well, we were doing so well.
I've had my fun. I want to be where someone loves me best of all. I want to go home.
Well, yes, I understand, but sire, being king of all wild things has certain duties. It has certain obligations.
No more. I give up being king of where the wild things are. Remove my crown and sceptre.
To lose you so soon. I can't.
Obey me!
What's that?
Now you've done it. You've woken everyone.
I'm off to my boat.
Listen, you haven't much time.
Coming?
Me? And what would I do in your world, which you're going back to? Inside, over there, without me. In your world, I'm no teller of stories or seeker of kings, am I? No, I'm just the same old, tame old goat.
Goodbye, the night, friend.
Goodbye, Max.
Oh, Majesty, please don't go.
Oh, please don't go.
We love you so.
Go, Max, hurry, or they'll catch you. Go!
We love you so. No! We lift you up. We love
roar their terrible roars, and gnash their terrible teeth, and roll their terrible eyes, and show their terrible claws. But Max steps into his private boat and waves goodbye.
Hooray! I've escaped! They didn't eat me. And so the good ship Max sails back over the ocean, over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of my very own room, where Mother's left supper waiting for me. 1 glass of milk, 1 piece of cake, and 1 bowl of my favourite cabbage soup. And it's still hot. Hood off, ears off, whiskers off, coat off, tail off, claws off. Goodbye, wild things. M-A-X. That's me.
Wild things. The story doesn't end here, because it can't. Because as long as I'm here to tell it, the story never ends. Are you with me?
Right. He will come back. You watch.
As Max grows older, he'll grow tired again of his same old, tame old world.
Yes. And he'll howl again and roar at the full fat moon.
Picture his return. Imagine our celebration.
And whether or not we dreamed him.
Or even if he dreamed us.
A night will come when we will crown him again. Our smallest, wildest king.
In Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak, dramatized for radio by Peter Wolf, the wild things were played by Bert Caesar, Lena Dingra, Ewan Bailey and Alison Pettit. The Wet Thing and Max's Mother by Helen Longworth, and her dog Pudgy by Alison Pettit. Paul Rees played the Hooved Thing and Alex Slater, Max. The music was specially composed and performed by David Pickvance. Where the Wild Things Are was directed by Mark Beebe.